Fulton County DA Fani Willis today answered accusations of misconduct that have been coming from one of Donald Trump's co-defendants in the Georgia election conspiracy case. Now, the attacks against DA Willis center around this man, Nathan Wade, one of three special prosecutors that DA Willis brought on board to oversee this case. Last month, Trump's co-defendant and former campaign operative, Mike Roman, alleged that DA Willis and Nathan Wade were carrying on a secret relationship. Mr. Roman then asked the judge in this case to remove Mr. Wade, Ms. Willis, and her entire office from the case. Mr. Roman contends that Nathan Wade wasn't qualified for the job on DA Willis's team, but Ms. Willis hired him anyway, ensuring that he would receive a generous salary and financial benefits thanks to their alleged relationship. Now, today, in a 176-page court filing, Fani Willis has offered a detailed response to those allegations. First, she confirms that, yes, she and Nathan Wade had a, quote, personal relationship in addition to their, quote, professional association and friendship. But Ms. Willis says the relationship began after she hired Mr. Wade to join her team. Mike Roman claims that Mr. Wade was using the money paid by Mrs. Willis's office to finance vacations he and the DA took together, but Ms. Willis disputes this. Financial responsibility for personal travel taken is divided roughly evenly between the two, and all expenses were paid for with individual personal funds. In other words, they were going Dutch. As to the claim that Nathan Wade was not qualified for the job, Fani Willis cites a litany of Nathan Wade's qualifications and notes that when Nathan Wade ran for an elected judicial post, Mike Roman's own lawyer was a vocal and visual presence in support of Nathan Wade's campaign. As evidence of that fact, DA Willis even includes this photo of Mike Roman's lawyer in a Nathan Wade campaign T-shirt, which the lawyer posted to social media with the caption, "Vote Nathan J. Wade." And DA Willis argues that her relationship with Mr. Wade is not automatically disqualifying. It is worth noting that there are at least two personal relationships among the collection of defense attorneys representing the defendants. And then she goes on to name names. So that is the defense from District Attorney Fani Willis. Did she break any laws? Well, it seems like the answer could reasonably be no. As former senior Justice Department official Andrew Weissman notes, the new Fani Willis brief supporting affidavit and exhibits are so powerful, you wish the substance was public right after the allegations so as to nip them in the bud. But does that mean this whole saga is over? Unlikely. After all, DA Willis has criminally charged the former president and several members of his inner circle, and the stakes for this trial are enormously high. So none of this is going to go quietly into the night. Independent of the actual legality here, there are a few other factors that DA Willis must contend with. Consider the case of Burt Jones. Jones was a state senator in 2020. He served as one of the fake electors in Georgia, helping Donald Trump create bogus election documents to try and overturn Joe Biden's victory. And Fani Willis wanted to investigate Burt Jones, but she was stopped from doing so. A Georgia judge, Judge Robert McBurney, blocked her on the grounds that DA Willis had helped raise money for Burt Jones's Democratic opponent in Jones's race for lieutenant governor. Now, Judge McBurney did not cite any laws broken, but in the courtroom, he called Fani Willis's actions a "what are you thinking" moment. Judge McBurney wrote in his opinion, quote, "An investigation of this significance, garnering the public attention it necessarily does and touching so many political nerves in our society, cannot be burdened by legitimate doubts about the district attorney's motives. The district attorney does not have to be apolitical, but her investigations do." Now, it's possible that the judge in the current criminal case, Judge Scott McAfee, could make a similar determination here with regards to Ms. Willis prosecuting the election conspiracy case, or not. But then there is Georgia's Republican-controlled legislature. The Georgia Senate has already launched an investigation into DA Willis, which they could use to subpoena records from DA Willis or force her to testify under oath, which could be of interest to the commission that Georgia Republicans created last year for the sole purpose of removing so-called far-left prosecutors. Now, that commission was effectively put on ice by the Georgia State Supreme Court. But as of now, Georgia Republicans are trying to revive it, and they are using Fani Willis as an example of why that commission is needed.